Which annotation? Which annotation?
Controller.
It,
Controller and
is it clear?
controller for the class.
For control is for class. Inside this, there's a method is called add employee method. How method is will be identified? How method will be identified by using which annotation?
Request
Mapping.
Request mapping.
Request mapping is an annotation. By default, annotations are in disable mode. Yes or no?
Yeah, we have to enable.
Okay. How we are making it an enable? Which file we are going to use? Spring
Component scan.
Spring context.
Spring configuration file. In my example, it is employee-selected.xml. Okay. Inside this, we are going to use component scan. Context colon component. Yes or no?
Yes.
Component scan. Anybody having any questions till this point?
No.
Yeah. Now tell me, in the add employee method, in the controller, what functionalities we are doing? What is first functionality? Extracting data from
employee request object.
Creating employee
model object.
Yeah.
In my example, employee. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Play extracted data. Yes or no? Into model object. Next step. Passing model object to the
database connection.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Next step. Okay. Based on the result. Okay.
Forwarding the response.
Taking the decision. Can I select that?
Yeah.
Anyone is having any questions on this? No.
No, sir.
Now, okay. Till now, in the create employee.jsp, we have used only HTML forms. Yes or no? Create employee.jsp. Till now, we used what kind of tags we used? Okay, we used. Yes or no? We used only HTML tags. Is it clear? I can say HTML forms. Can I select that?
Yeah.
What is? Yes or no? These are HTML tags or not? I'll show you. Where src main web create employee HTML. See here, it's an HTML tags only, right? Table, okay, form, tr, td, input. Yes or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to use? I want to use Spring. Spring is providing some forms. I want to use Spring forms. Similar to HTML only, but small changes. Is it clear now? Okay. In order to use Spring forms, first step we should do, step 1. Okay. Need to add Spring tag library. You know JSTL tag library?
Yes, sir.
JSTL tag library. The same way we should use one Spring tag library. Is that clear now? Okay, look at now. Right click. I'm going to create one JSP page. It's not an HTML. It's a JSP file. My JSP file is okay. Same file. Create employee.jsp. It should not be HTML. It should be JSP. That's the first thing you should understand. Okay, I created JSP page. Okay, this JSP page is called add employee. It's my title. Yeah, which one we are going to use now? We are going to use Spring tags. Okay, if whatever tags you are going to use, we should use one. Okay, we should use something like that. Okay, great. What is this? Taglet, which contains URI and which contains prefix. You guys are with me? Okay, then what is this URI? Okay, I don't know, even we don't know. Okay, just go to the Google, just type here Spring Forms. Okay, Spring Forms tags example. Take any one website. Okay, they're using Spring Forms. Are you able to see tag library here? Take this URI. You understood what I'm trying to say? Okay, www.springframework.one. Okay, this URI just copy here now. Okay, what is that? http://www.springframework.org/tags/form. Prefix, instead of using the lengthy name, you remember in JSTL we used to use C tag? Yes or no? Okay, instead of C, just I'm going to use here now Spring. What is the prefix now? Spring. Now, keep in mind is this tag lib will work after you add in the jar files. Yesterday we discussed about that, right? We added one web jar, we added one web MVC jar. Okay, from these jar files, it will come. You guys are with me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, these jar files will come. That's URI, right? After this, I want to write the form. Generally, you are writing the form. It's an HTML form. Yes or no?
Yeah.
HTML form. Just a prefix with, instead of form writing like this, small change we are going to do, spring colon. Are you able to see spring colon form?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? It is spring is fixed? No. I can write Kiran also here. Now tell what we have to write. Kiran, are you able to see tags?
Full.
Are you able to see tags now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that we are going to use. For naming convention, just I'm going to use the spring form. This is the spring form. Okay, inside this, okay, there is something action and there is something is called command name. Extra one is called command name. We'll come to that point. Is that clear now? Okay, now just I'm copying from here to here, table, this entire table. Look at now, generally how we are writing input tag. Input tag, we're writing input type equal to text name equal to employee number. But it's tightly coupling with, keep in mind this, spring forms tightly coupling with, okay, model. Totally, are you following it? Depends on model. What's the model we are using? Employee. You guys say with me? Okay,
Yeah.
employee. The employee variable names, okay, we should use in the create employee.js. Here, in the spring forms, instead of writing simply input, we are writing spring colon input. What is that? Spring colon input. Here, no need to write type equal to text, not required. Just simply say path. Path equal to envo. Why envo? In the employee model, the first variable is called envo. Same name we should use. Okay, here also. No need to write input type equal to small changes. I'm going to use which tags? Spring tags input path equal to ename. You guys are with me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometime just I'm commenting this gender. We'll come to that point later. Gender, salary. Okay. I'm going to take salary. Spring colon. Okay. Spring colon input path equal to salary. Keep in mind this. Next. Okay. Spring colon. Okay. Look at now input. Okay. Path equal to username. Username. Same way. Look at now spring colon. Okay, path, sorry, not path, password. Okay, path equal to password. Whatever you are writing in the path, those are your model variables. You guys are with me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, okay, these are the input things so that we are using the spring forms. For buttons, we don't need to use any spring forms. Keep in mind this. Look at now. Do we have any spring colon submit button? We don't have any submit button. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is we no need to go with that. Okay, wherever you are taking the input fields, they only use the spring form, otherwise don't use the spring form. Any questions till this point?
Yes.
You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we use the spring forms. Okay. Try to understand this how I use the input tags and everything. Okay. Just I'm going to delete this create employee.jsp. Now, if it is HTML or normal form, if it is a normal form, can I run the HTML page directly? Suppose if I'm going to the login.jsp, can I run the login.jsp directly? Can I run?
Directly you cannot, but on server you can.
Mean directly in the sense right click on the login page we can run, right?
Yeah.
Server only. Using server only. Using server only. Can I run or not?
Yeah, you can.
We got it or not? Look at now. We got it right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But if the form is spring form, okay, create employee. It is spring form or normal form.
Spring form.
Spring form.
If it is a spring form, I cannot run directly. Look at now. Run as run on server. I cannot run directly. It shows some exceptions. Okay. Look at now. It's showing some exceptions. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An exception occurred processing JSP page create employee.jsp. Why? Because okay, spring forms are depending on which object? Model object, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Spring form
Yes,
is
sir.
depending on model object. Keep in mind that. Okay, because of that reason, we cannot run. Okay, we cannot run the spring forms directly. we can run login.jsp directly, but I cannot run create employee.jsp directly because login.jsp is using normal HTML forms. Create employee.jsp is using Spring forms. We cannot run the Spring form directly. If you want to run the Spring form, first we should create an employee object, then only we can run. Okay, means now onwards, each and every request should pass through controller. Is that clear now? Okay,
Yeah.
now before going for create employee, just create one more method here, public void. Okay, just write here show, create page, or else get create page, any method. You can write any method name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, get create page. It's going to be identified request mapping. Okay, request mapping. Okay, I can say here get same method name I'm going to give, get create page dot htm. Is it clear now? Is it with me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it will be identified now here. Now here I'm going to create one employee object. Always the control should go to with through controller. I'm creating one employee object. It's an empty employee object. Now in this employee object we should place into the model and view. Is that clear now? Model and
Yeah.
how we are going to place based on the add object and then set view name, and then we should return the model and view. This concept already you know. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, either we have to use model and view. If you use a model and view, we have to write like this. Model and view, create an object for this, mview. Okay, can you help me? New model and view. Okay, mview dot set, no, first add object, add the object, add the object, two parameters. Yeah, two parameters. First one is the key reference. Second one is called employee object. You guys are with me? Then mview dot set view name. Okay, which page view I want to hit? I want to hit create employee dot JSP. Okay, so with me, return mview.
Yeah.
Any questions till this point? Any
Yes.
questions till this point?
So we are making this method as a model, right?
We are making this model as a model. Okay, I'm creating the model object and I'm adding to the model and view and I'm passing to the create employee.jsp. Instead of using model and view, there is a one more option is called model map. What is that? Model
Model.
map. Model map also we can write. Okay, this model map object we no need to create. If it is a model and view, we should create. If it is a model map, we no need to create. We can use as a parameter. Model map. Spring container will provide this model map. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay, Spring provides a model map like a HTTP server request. Okay, if you don't want to use the model map, use model and view, which contains model plus view. But model map contains only model. The difference between the model map and model and view is model and view contains, in the name itself is there, it contains model plus view. Here, what is the model?
App.
Here, what is the model?
Employee.
Employee.
Employee class.
What is the view?
Create employee.js.
You understand now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of using the model and view, now I'm going to use the model map. This model map is provided by Spring Framework as a parameter. Okay. Instead of writing this, then look at now model map dot. Okay. Add attribute with a reference name. What is the reference name I'm going to use? My reference name is called create command. Any reference name we can write. Here I'm going to add employee. This we are going to add. After this is all things are not required. Okay, now we are adding that one. After this, we are going to return my JSP page directly. Yes, as a string parameter. Create employee dot JSP. Okay, it is a string, so the return type must be string. You understood what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very simple concept. Look at now. Just I created model object, added to the model map, I return the string. Okay, this string must be your JSP page. Any questions?
Yes.
But if you want to use the model and view, we can use the model and view also. What is this model map? It's a global location. Okay, once you place this model object into the model map here, the same object I can access into the create employee.jsp page. Is it clear now? Yeah. Next, how can we access? Whenever you are placing, you are using some key. What is the key name here?
Create command.
Create command. What is the value? Employee object. This create command, this key we should use in the command name here. We should use in the command name. You guys are with me?
Yes.
We should use in the command name. After that, action. This action is already create.htm. It will hit the second method, next method. This. Any questions till this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can I run the create employee page directly now? Can I run? No. Okay. Go to the web.xml file. Go to the web.xml file. Here, instead of login page, what is the URL to get the create employee.jsp page? What is the URL? Take this URL. What is the URL?
Get create page.
Get create page.htm. You guys are with me?
Yes.
You guys are with me? Yeah. Now tell me, whenever I run the application, okay, first which one will execute? Welcome file list or not?
Yes, sir.
The welcome file list,
Yeah.
which one will be executed? Create page.htm or
Great.
not?
Yes, sir.
Get page.htm in the sense it's a controller method. You guys are with me? It goes to the controller. In the controller, it creates employee object, it adds to the model map and hit the create employee.jsp page. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Vijay, Raju,
Yeah.
Yes.
Murali, Raghu, Ajay.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm going to restart now. I'm running the project. I'm not running the single page now. Keep in mind this. I'm running the project. When you run the project, now we are getting create employee.jsp page. So this. It's look at now. It came or not? With some default
Yeah.
values also. We can remove these default values. We'll tell you that later. Any questions till this point?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Now here I want to get a gender. Okay. But if you want to get a gender, gender is having how many values?
Two.
Two
Two
values.
values.
Okay. Like radio buttons. Gender is having two values. Some other radio button, it may have three values. Some check boxes, it may have 10 values. Some selection boxes, it may have 50 values. Those all things again we need to define in the employee controller itself. By using, I'm creating one map. We should create one map. This map is having key and value. The key is a string. Okay. Value is also string. You guys are with me? This, it's called gmap. Gmap equal to new hash map. I'm creating the map. You guys are with me? For this map,
Yeah.
gmap dot put key. Key is male. Value is the male. What is this key and value male in the sense? In this page, if you observe this, what is this value? What is this one? 2 times y, 2 times male. One is to display, one is to pass. Yes or no?
Yes.
Pass to the
Yeah.
controller. The same way here also, you can write, if you write M will be stored to the database. This mail will be displayed to the user. You guys are with me?
Yes.
But I want to store mail, it's mail also in the database. Okay, look at now. Mail. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Tell me, how many things we added to the map?
Two keys.
These two things also we should add to model map. Model map dot, okay, add attribute, okay, with the name called any name you can use. I can use the gender map. Okay, I'm adding G map. What is the key? What is the key?
Gender map.
Okay, what is the value?
Gmap.
Map object.
Gmap contains how many values?
Two values.
Two values. Is it clear now? Same story for radio button, same story for checkbox, same story for selection box. You guys are with me? Okay. Create employer.jsp page now here. Go to this page. Just uncomment this. We know how to create radio buttons like this. This is normal. Tell me, this is normal HTML. Okay. But coming to here, Spring, colon, are you able to see radio buttons?
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Click on the radio buttons. Path is gender. Keep in mind is always path is your model variable. Yes or no? What is the model variable? Gender. Okay. After that, I want to access this gender map directly here. Okay. So that we have to use items. In these items, use expression language. You know these all things already in JSTL. Yes or no? Items.
Yeah.
Okay, dollar floor brackets. Here I'm going to write gender map. Capital and small letters. We should be careful. You guys are with me?
Yes,
Now
yes.
right click, run as, run server. Observe this. Came or not?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Now I want to add one more radio button. You don't need to change anything here. You don't need to change anything here. Go to the controller. Add one more thing to the here. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Done. Just where you're adding? You're adding in the JSP page or you're adding in the controller?
Controller.
Controller.
You should add into the controller. Keep in mind that. Because it's contain group of values. How many radio buttons?
3.
3 radio buttons. Instead of radio buttons, I want to use checkboxes. Look at now. I'll show you all things. Spring, checkboxes, items. Okay, go with the items in the floor bracket. Okay, gender map. Gender map is what? It's a key which is added into the controller. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
That should be same. Path. Path is your model variable name. Gender. What it will create? It creates checkboxes. I will show you selection box also. Spring colon select. Look at now. Select path. What is that? Gender. Next option. Spring colon options. Okay. In these options, items. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Dollar floor bracket. I'm saying in all the possibilities, guys. Gender map. Right click. Run as. Run server. Are you able to see checkboxes?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see check combo box? Selection box?
Yes, sir.
Come on, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whatever you want, you can take. I'm taking only these two. These only ready buttons. Any questions now? Spring form. Now tell me, can I run spring form directly? Can I
No,
run
sir.
spring form directly? No. Keep in mind that. Okay, we should run through only through controller. Now, first one, we need to add spring tag library. Then step 2, okay, need to write spring tags with some prefix. Or no? Okay. Step 3,
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay, step 3, create create method in controller. Yes or no? Yes or no? Controller
Yes, sir.
and create model object. Step 4, pass model object to the controller. Is that clear now? Anybody
Yes,
having
sir.
any doubts on this? Now, next.
Sir, one second.
Hmm.
Sir, instead of doing this, it is little complicated compared to JDBC, right? By using JDBC, we can do it easier, no, sir?
No. JDBC is in DAO layer. I'm not touching anything in the JDBC. We are still using JDBC.
No, sir. Yes, sir, we are using, but all this you can configure by using JDBC, right? So instead of going to Spring, it is little complicated.
If you use JDBC, you are writing too much of code. If you use the JDBC, you are taking the physical connection with the database. Okay, here you are thinking the
Yes,
small
sir.
application. If it's a huge application, there are a lot of changes with the Spring framework. And one more thing is JDBC is different, Spring framework is different. Spring framework in the sense we are touching only the controller layer.
Yes, sir.
We are not touching anything in the DAO layer. DAO layer still we are using JDBC only, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Tell me, what is your doubt now? It's not complicated. It's not complicated. Once you understand this concept, it's a very simple concept. I'll tell you now itself why we are going for the Spring forms. Simple. Okay, without Spring forms, tell me what the controller is doing, how many functions it is doing. Tell me.
It is extracting data from the request object,
Okay.
creating model object.
Then
Placing the data in the model object.
Okay. Now these three steps are not required in the case of Spring Forms. If you are using the Spring Forms, yes or no? If you are using the Spring
Yes.
Forms and I click the submit button, the control is coming to the add employee. Okay, add employee. Here, no need to extract the data. Okay, no need to create the model object. This entire code, look at now 43 line to 52 line. I'm going to remove now. Okay, now directly here we're not getting the request object. There is no request object concept now. Directly it's creating employee object. It's coming employee directly. You understood now? Directly what
Yes, sir.
object you're getting? Employee object. There is no request object because of Spring Forms. Here I'm getting employee dot get employee number. Are you
Okay, sir. So we are totally removing the servlet.
Totally we remove the servlet. Look at now how much beautiful it is.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Instead of servlet, there is some dependency. We have to use do get and do post. We should take request parameter and response parameter, and we should throw the exception. Look at now here, whatever method name you want to take, you can take. What are the parameters you want to take, you can take. There is no try catch block. There is no throws.
Yes,
Okay, look at now how much code I reduced. Did I reduce a lot of code or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at now. Okay, in the previous example, what is coming? The request object is coming. From the request object, we have extracted the data, we created model, we place the data into the model. But now we are not doing. Spring framework is doing. That's the luxury life of Spring.
Okay, sir.
You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, guys? Shall we try this? Yeah. Run the project. Run server. Slowly try to work on this. The latest copies. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, sir.
Practice everyday work every day itself. For your understanding, I'm coming step by step. You're understanding, guys? Now you are feeling like okay, what we are doing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You are understanding what the power of Spring. That's what I spend a lot of time in the Spring concept.
Okay, sir.
Raju,
Yes.
following?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at now. Once I click on create. Look at now. It's created or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. It's working. Look at now. Do we have any request object? Did we extracted any data? No extracting. Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Spring Forms. That's the beauty of Spring Forms. Okay. No request object. Okay. Controller will get directly model object. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But how the model object it will get? Okay, by default, there is some annotation. That annotation is called model attribute annotation. Inside this, it's going to use one annotation, one name that's called command name. What's the command name we are using here? Create command. Based on this create command, look at now. Based on this create command, it will be injected. This is called dependency injection. You know, who will take care about this entire thing? Injecting. It can say it's an injection. Okay, who
Yes,
will
sir.
do this injection? This injection will be done by this model attribute annotation. But it's in by default. Even if you don't write, no problem. But for your understanding, just I'm writing. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Same like login page. Tell me in the login.jsp, which one we are using? Spring forms or normal HTML forms?
No.
Normal HTML forms. I want to use the Spring forms. Step one. Take the taglet. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Take the tablet. Go to this place. Okay. But some small changes. Spring colon. Okay. Go to this place. Spring colon. Done. Action. Method equal to post. Okay. Next. Command name. We need command name. Data. Spring. Spring colon. Spring colon. Input. Type equal to. Not required. Directly we can write path equal to. You guys are with me? But keep in mind
Yes,
is
sir.
ending with slash. Always ending with slash. Otherwise it gives error. Spring colon. Okay. Password. Okay, name is not required. Directly go with the password. Is it clear now till this point? Here it's not. Okay, new employee. New employee, can I invoke the HTML? Can I invoke the JSP page directly like this? No, I cannot invoke. Then what we should do? We have to go with create page dot through controller only. We have to go. Yes or no?
Yes.
I
Yes,
cannot
sir.
invoke any page directly. Yes or no? Get create
Yes,
page
sir.
dot HTML. Okay, so some small change I have done. Go to the employee controller. Okay, like get create page. I'm going to create one more method. Look at now. Public void get login page. This is only for methods now. It's going to be identified with annotation is called request mapping with the URL is called same method name. I'm going to write get login page dot htm. You guys are with me? Okay, inside this it's expecting model object. I'm creating the model. Okay, model is empty at the time. Yes or no? It's giving one Spring container will give one parameter to you. That's called model map. Take the model map. Okay, you can take any parameter. For add this to the model map dot add attribute. The keys I can say login command. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Login command. I'm going to add the model object and I'm going to return. Okay, what I'm going to return login dot JSP. It is string, so the return type must be string. Yeah. Any questions till this point? Okay. Now look at now. Okay. Generally, I will not go with the I will not go with the web.xml. Instead of get create page, get login. Get login page dot html. Why? I cannot run login page directly. Can I run login page directly? Look at now. I'm running login page directly. If you run login page directly, you will get exception. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Login page directly, you will get an exception. Look at now. So that we should run through project. Run through project. Right click, run as, run on server. Some problem, binding problem. Why? Because the login page, did I give any command name here? No, right? We have to provide login command. You understood now? Okay. If you are not providing, you will get this binding exception. You guys are with me?
Yes,
Neither
sir.
binding result nor plain target bean name available as a request. Okay, so that we have to provide command name here. This command name is from which where in employee controller when you are adding the employee object. Yes or no? We are
Yes,
adding
sir.
to the model map. We are using some key. This key is acting like a command name. You can write any name. You can write Kiran also here. That's up to you. Okay. Now check this. Right click, run as, run on server. Which page you are expecting? Create page or login page?
Okay.
Login.
Page. Yes or no? If you click on the new employee, in the previous example, when you click on the new employee, it directly enter into the create employee.jsp. But now, if you click on this new employee, and tell me what is the URL in the new employee? What is the URL? Am I invoking the JSP page directly, or are we passing through controller? Come on.
Passing to control.
Keep in mind this: each and every request is passing through controller. Just blindly remember that. Is it clear now?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now go to the controller. Now, check employee. Do you want request object now? Directly which object is coming now? Employee object is coming with username and password. Okay. No need to get the data. No need to create the model. No need to set the values. Directly you can pass EMO. Okay, with me. Now there is no EM1. Okay. Employee dot. If you want username, get username. Any questions? Are you following, guys? I'm removing the code now. See here. Did I create employee object? First one, do we have any request object here? Do we have any request object?
No.
No, sir.
No. Did I extracted data?
Yes.
No. Did I create model object?
No.
No. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Did I create model object? No. Did I place the data into the model object? No. Who is giving that model object to you? Okay, who is creating the model object? Spring container. Who is extracted data from the request object? Model object. Who plays the data into the model object? Spring container. You understood what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Extracted
Yes,
data
sir.
by Spring Framework. Creating model object by Spring Framework. Placing data into the model object by the Spring Framework. Directly it's giving model to you. Just look at now, simply I'm passing to the DAO. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How it's
Yes.
happening? Here also look at now. Directly we are passing to the DAO. Okay, how that thing is injecting by using annotation called @model attribute. @model attribute. But here it's not required. It's an optional. Any questions till this point?
No.
No. There is no request object. When there is no request object, there is no need to use Java x.solid.http package.
Package.
Look at now. Did I use anywhere a Java x.solid.http package now? Not required.
No, sir.
No, sir.
That's the beauty of Spring, guys. Clear?
Yes, sir.
For view, we know to use any Spring forms because view is not having any Spring forms. Is it clear now? Should we try now till this point? Run on server. Yeah. Okay. Just I'm going to Kiran. 1, 2, 3, 4. Login. Okay. View all employees. Are you able to see all things are coming now?
Yeah, yes.
That is not coming.
Yes, sir.
In the web app. Refresh. Are you able to see buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going for delete now. If you want to go for delete, okay, view employees. Are you able to see hyperlink here? What is the URL?
Put on this.
Remove.html.
What is the variable name?
Employee number.
The value is coming. Now this we are holding. Okay, delete employees. What I'll do, I'll copy from here. 1 minute. Already we are having that code. I'm not writing again. Yeah, first I will type the DAO code. Okay, am I changing anything in the DAO layer? Am I changing anything in the DAO layer? Are we changing anything in the DAO layer?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Which layer we are changing?
Only employee controller.
Only controller layer we are changing.
Controller.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Only controller we are changing. Employee controller. There is Spring Framework. Spring Framework will not touch the DAO layer. Spring Framework will touch. Okay, there is a different concept is also there. Now look at now. Delete employee. Do you think that, okay, look at now. Request dispatcher, these all things are not required. You guys are with me? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
This, right. Right. Now look at now from the request object. We extracted employee number or not?
Yeah.
Okay. That employee number we are passing to the DAO. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Right? Is it clear now? But now we don't need to take this all the hangama. Look at now. Directly we can take that parameter employee number. You guys are with me? Okay. Int number. Directly we can take that. You guys are with me? When you take directly, there is no throws exception. There's no need to take this data. You guys are with me now?
Yes.
Anybody having any questions on this? Directly employee number is coming. Okay, why employee number is coming? If you observe this, what is the URL? ENO only, right? ENO employee number is coming. How it's injected? Okay, how your form values are injecting by using which annotation?
Yes, ma'am.
Model attribute.
Yes.
What is that? Model attribute.
Attribute.
Okay, if the data is coming from form, okay, it will be injected by using model attribute annotation. If the data is coming from the hyperlink, you guys are with me?
Yeah.
If the data is coming from hyperlink, is it a hyperlink?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's hyperlink.
If the data is coming from hyperlink, then it will be injected by using the annotation called @request param. What is that? Request param. Inside the request param is compulsory here. Inside the request param, okay, what is the name we are using? Variable name?
ENO.
ENO. That ENO we should pass here now. Is that clear now?
Okay.
Any questions on this? But here request parameter is compulsory, guys.
Okay.
Guess with me.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? You understood now? Okay. Now this is all employees. The same thing we are going to use here, return view and everything. Okay. No request dispatcher. I'm going to use model and view. Return type is model and view.
Okay, sir.
Model and view. Yeah. You understood now what I'm trying to do, guys?
Yes.
Tell me. Do we have any request object till now? Do we have any request object? Do we have any exceptions? Do we have any
No, sir.
okay? Do we have any what is that? Request dispatcher?
Subject.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You understood now and everything now?
Yes, sir.
This is about Spring forms with 100% Spring controller. Clear, right? Now,
Yeah.
anybody having any doubts? Vijay, Raghu, Raju, Murali, Ajay?
No,
No, sir.
Yeah.
until now, sir.
We are okay.
These concepts are like really confusing. I mean, I understood what is going on, but like very confusing.
Yeah. So practice.
Okay.
Only thing is, please keep in mind is one thing here is we should not run any JSP page directly. That first point you should understand. Clear? Now, in my example, which page we are running directly? Login page. This login page where we are configuring to the web.xml.
Yes.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Web.xml. Tell me, what is first my URL? My control is moving from where? Step one.
From login page.
Step one. Okay. Running what? Running project. Yes or no? I'll tell you.
Yes.
You want to note down. Which one I'm running?
Project.
Whenever you run the project, first control will go to the web.xml. Yes or no?
Okay.
In the web.xml, it takes some URL. What is the URL? My URL get login page.html.
Yes.
From here, it will go to the dispatcher servlet. From here, it will go to the employee controller. Okay, you are following?
Yes.
Guys, if you want to note down, please note down. Employee controller. In the employee controller, which method will execute? Based on your URL.
Yes. Get login page.
It's called URL. Based on your URL. You guys are with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Dispatcher servlet. Based on your URL. Based on my URL, which method here? Which method here? Which method here? What a method name? Get login page.
Login page, yeah.
You guys are with me? This method will be executed.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this method is throwing. Okay, this method is returning. Okay, login.jsp. So that control is moving to where now? Login.jsp. Any questions? Okay,
Good, sir.
when you click the submit button in the login.jsp, again the URL is, what is the URL now this time? Check.htm. Okay, again dispatcher servlet, again employee controller.
Check.
In this, the method is called check employee. Which you are following? You're following the flow, guys?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Vijay, you are okay now?
Yeah.
Database. The remaining part is same. Same like F controller only. Same like F controller only. The only thing is we are adding dispatcher servlet. But keep in mind is always request is passing through dispatcher servlet to employee controller to respective method. How the method is going to be identified? Based on your URLs. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is success, it is throwing to the home.jsp. If it is failure, it is throwing to the login.jsp. That's it.
Yeah.
Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Vijay. Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
Go to the employee DAO. Okay. Employee DAO object. Where we are creating? In employee controller or not?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, actually, generally we are in the Spring. We should not create an object like this, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Okay. Now instead of creating the object like this, go to the employee DAO in the employee controller. We have to use one annotation called @auto-wide. Yes or no? Everything is an annotation word.
Auto. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When you write @auto-wide, this is not required. Okay. Go with one setter method. Right click. Source. Generate setters. Select setter. Okay. Now look at now setter injection is going to be happen. Even this is also not required if you want. That's also not required. Okay, but only one thing we should do. Employee DO, it must be configured with there's an annotation called @component. You guys are with me?
Yeah, yes.
@component. Now tell me, where I use the annotation in employee DO? Which annotation we used? @component. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But it's available in which package? com.info.dao. Do you think that annotation will be enabled automatically or we need to scan?
Need to
You
scan.
need to
We need
scan
to
it.
scan. But when you go for scanning, component scan, which package we are scanning?
Mm.
The context.
Which package we are scanning? Which package?
I guess, sir. com.info.controller. The controller
com.info.controller.
one.
But DAO is available in which package?
Info.do.
DO.
com.info.dao. Do you think that this
DAO.
okay? We need to scan that package also or not?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
DAO. Any questions? Or else just to scan up to com.info. This is also okay. With me?
So it scans both.
Com.info is having controller. Com.info is having DAO. Yes or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Up to you. I'm doing specific one. Yeah, we'll try this. In employee controller, did I create new employee DAO? Did I say any new employee DAO?
Oh,
No.
just
No, sir.
auto.
No.
What I'm using?
At the rate of
Auto wired. We'll try whether it's working or not. Right click, run as, run on server. Look at it like this. I'm reducing a code lot in the controller layer. Tomorrow I'm going to start with Hibernate. Then I will reduce a lot of code in the DAO. You are with
okay.
me?
Yeah.
Login. It's working or not? Perfect, it's working. Any questions? Yeah. When you practice this, I don't want to go in depth of this. If you practice this, I will go a lot of in lot of depth. If you practice these all things. Nowadays, everything is an annotation world. Annotation
Oh,
world. In earlier days, XML world. It's an old approach. XML approach is old approach. The current version
okay.
is only annotations. But you may ask, okay, why we are discussing XML annotations, XML configuration now? XML, why we are using XML? Because you are entering into the market with some experience, yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, you are entering into 6 to 7 years of experience. When they ask you, you should not say I use annotations. In the current project, I'm using annotation. You can see that in the current projects, last 2 years onwards, we are using annotations. 1 year, 2 years onwards, I'm using the annotation. But in the old versions, I didn't use. We are using XML. Yes or no?
Yes.
You want to say like otherwise from the beginning we are using annotation. You will say like that or what? No, right?
Sounds
If you say like that, they will catch you. That's what I'm explaining in all the ways. Older version and newer version. Is that clear now? If you
yeah, yes.
practice well this, then next time, in the next class, I will explain to you without any XML. No web.xml, no web.xml, no Spring configuration file.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Raju sleeping?
No, sir. The other guy.
Okay. Is that clear, guys, till this point? You're understanding the concept?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Slowly we are removing entire
Okay.
servlet. But did I use servlet here in this example? Did I use servlet?
No.
Did I
No,
use
sir. There is no
servlet?
servlet.
Did I use servlet?
Only
No, sir. We are ignoring
Hey, hey.
Spring.
We use the servlet, but we didn't write the servlet.
dispatch as servlet.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Keep in mind this. If there is no servlet, there is no communication.
Yeah,
Always,
yes.
you remember our diagram. You're forgetting about our diagram.
No. Home page servlet.
You remember our diagram.
Yeah, yes.
What is this? Always request is passing from whom?
Servlet.
Servlet. Always request is passing through servlet. Where you configure the servlet?
XML file.
Which XML file?
Dispatcher servlet.
No. Servlets will be configured always in the web.xml.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah.
You guys are with me?
Yeah,
Servlets
yes.
will be configured always web.xml. Okay? Okay, dispatcher-server.xml. It's not dispatcher-server.xml, it's an employee-server.xml because my servlet name is employee. Is it clear now? If your servlet
Yeah,
name is dispatcher, Vijay, I hope
Yeah.
you have seen some other examples, I hope. If your servlet name is dispatcher, then your Spring configuration file will be dispatcher-server.xml. But I use employee. Means what? Employee-server.xml. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Understood, Vijay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping here, guys. Just to practice today's video before the next class.
yes.
Here, right? Spend time, guys.
Yeah.
Spend time. Okay. If you find the time,
Yes.
if you find the time, please listen my Spring videos from day one, from Spring core video.
Oh, okay.
Listen once again and practice. Listen once again and practice. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But first concentration is yesterday's video and today's video.
Oh, yes.
Okay, sir.
Because tomorrow I'm going to start with some other topic, Hibernate. Tomorrow maximum I'll try to complete. Tomorrow I'm taking 2 hour session. I'll try to complete. Now, when you try to change the, when you try to use the Hibernate, which layer I will disturb now? Which layer I will disturb?
The
DAO layer.
DAO.
Okay, we are writing huge amount of code now. We are writing a lot of code here, right?
Yes, sir.
This entire code I will not write in the future. That I will explain to you. After explaining that, I will share you one case study. You should work on that case study.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Clear, right? While you are working on the case study, I will go with the advanced concepts. Is that clear now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm done. If anyone is having any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow at same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you practice?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you should practice, guys. You should practice. And whatever you do, okay, and mail me by keeping Priyanka and Ritesh in loop.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay, sir.
at the end, they will question you. Is it clear now?
Okay,
They
sir.
will question you. They will ask you different kinds of case studies. Then only they will start your marketing. Otherwise, it becomes problem to you.
Okay, sir.
Be at safe side. Please try to do that. At least try to complete. The moment they ask,
Okay, sir.
you should be in a position to show them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Please
sir.
try to understand that. Complete at least only create page or login page. But keep in mind is try to understand the flow. Understood now?
Yes.
Flow is compulsory. Okay, don't type
Yes, sir.
all the methods. Did I type all the methods first? No. First try to complete create, then complete login, then complete view, then complete delete. Please be careful. Don't type entire program.
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now already we are having the code in the F controller. That's what I copy pasted. If you are having the code, copy paste. If you don't have the code, don't copy paste. Better don't copy paste. Type with your own hands by seeing the video.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at same time.
Okay,
If
sir.
you're having any questions, if you're facing any issues, okay, take the snapshot and paste into the chat.
Okay.
Okay, but better place into the group so that in that, okay, Ritesh, okay, Priyanka is also there. They will feel like that, okay, you are practicing.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, sir.
Don't post anything in the personally.
Okay.
Okay, and based on your post, others also will learn the moment I give the reply. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we'll try to finish in this weekend. Okay, bye bye.
Nice.